Welcome to my trail. I'm Sam Hunt, a 7th generation true son of Missouri and proud OCTA member. Where does the West begin? Well, in 1805, you could say it began right here in Howard County, Missouri, at the site of the Boonslick, a Missouri State historical site. So here we are at the Boonslick. So what is a lick? A lick is where animals come to drink salty infused water that is bubbling up from under the surface. This area was first noted for its salt mineral springs by Lewis and Clark in 1804 when they were on their way with the Corps of Discovery to the Pacific Ocean. An immigrant has been defined as someone who makes a conscious decision to leave their home and go to a foreign country with the intention of settling there. We often think of Daniel Boone as being associated with Kentucky. However, in 1799, he made the decision to leave the United States and immigrated to Spain. Well, Spanish Louisiana, which is modern-day Missouri. The Spanish were eager to promote settling in the sparsely populated Femme Osage region, and they eagerly welcomed Daniel Boone along with his wife Rebecca and 2 of his sons, Daniel Morgan Boone and Nathan Boone. As early as 1797, the Spanish government in St. Louis awarded explorer James McKay a land grant of 400 arpents or 338 acres around the Salt Lick, although the U.S. government later denied his claim for many years. In 1805, the Boone brothers formed a partnership with James and Jesse Morrison to produce salt. Salt production was a labor-intensive project. Brine water was poured into iron kettles and heated to boiling on a stone surface. As the water evaporated, salt crystallized in the bottom of the kettle. It took approximately 250 to 300 gallons of brine water to produce a bushel of salt. Salt was a vital element in high demand. It was used not only for seasoning, but to preserve food and tan hides. The operation grew from 8 men laboring over 1 furnace and 40 kettles to 20 men operating 2 furnaces handling 60 kettles each. About 30 bushels of salt were produced a day and were shipped by keelboat on the Missouri River to St. Charles, where it sold for $2.50 per bushel. Daniel Morgan Boone sold his share of the business in 1810. The threat of war with Great Britain and its American Indian allies loomed. Nathan Boone was appointed a captain in the Rangers and disposed of his interests in the salt works around 1812. The Morrisons had to abandon the salt works until peace was made with the warring tribes in 1815. In 1827, James and Jesse Morrison dissolved their partnership, leaving James in possession of all salt kettles and tools of every description at the Boonslick Salt Works. The works were offered for sale in August of 1831, but it remains unclear when the property sold. In 1833, the U.S. government confirmed James McKay's claim to his heirs, Morrison left the lick, and commercial salt production ceased. Our story of the Boonslick can be said to be the predecessor to the Oregon and California trails. From here, the trail continued westward to the site of the Arrow Rock Ferry Landing. From Franklin, the Boonslick Trail became the Santa Fe Trail, and eventually begat the Oregon and California trails in Independence and Westport. According to local tradition, this cast iron kettle, before becoming a watering trough on a nearby farm, was originally used at the salt works. In 1807, Jesse Morrison, an early part owner and co-operator, obtained 40 kettles in Nashville, Tennessee. Each weighed approximately 300 pounds and had a capacity of 30 gallons. Several noted Missourians were associated with the Boonslick Salt Works. William Becknell, as previously mentioned, was a manager at the works. He led the first successful trading expedition to Santa Fe in 1821 and took the first wagons the following year. The Cooper family, the first white settlers in the Boonslick country, helped manage the works and brought back the first mules, Jacks and Jennies, from Santa Fe, laying the foundation of Missouri's renowned mule breeding industry. So, Missouri mules are actually Mexican mules. Missouri officially became a part of the United States in 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase, and then in 1812 it became an official territory. My connection to the trail begins in 1821, which is the same year that Missouri became the 24th state. My 7th great-grandparents were John and Judith Bolden Hunt. They traveled from Kentucky down the Ohio River and then up the Mississippi River to St. Charles, Missouri. They were early immigrants in the Western movement. They then traveled down the Boonslick Trail and settled just north of what would become the tiny railroad and river town of Huntsdale, Missouri. Discover your trail, where my family did, here in Boonslick country.